YouTube.
It'll be back up shortly. Airport.
That was a horrible
YouTube and
time.
Twitch will be back up.
Way.
Sorry, guys.
Why
Like, I didn't even see the
camera-
message. I just saw my YouTube freeze and I was like, wait a second.
No,
Something's
my
not
life
right.
is ending. Yeah.
And
I think
we're
this-
back on Twitch.
This episode was. Oh, I'll wait.
YouTube's
to,
back too.
Everything's back.
Go on,
Okay.
guys.
But back to what I was saying, I think this episode it's a lot of exploring, which I personally found a really good episode, just because they were going all over. They went to 2 total locations, different locations at least. One where they had found the large radioactive anomaly, and then one where they're too late for the serum, where they found the little Deb and Wes plate, I guess you could call it. But this is another one of those videos where there's a lot of what I noticed. There's a lot of speculation, behind all these different things that were there, because it wasn't confirmed whether what was up there was serum or blood. It also wasn't, there was also those odd flowers that they were finding that we have talked about before that would grow from those radioactive.
I feel like Woods just kept it to get high or something. Like,
Kept what now?
he just wanted to get high for those flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoke.
I don't understand. Can you explain that to me?
No.
No way.
Why? Squatting buffalo.
Squatter.
Yeah, this is another one of those videos. It's a little bit more tense, but there's still, the car rides and all these other things. There's a lot of, tension breaking things as well, which is it's another episode that has a nice balance of those things.
It's still nice for them to see them still working together.
Yeah,
in
they're
this
still
one.
working as a team now. Obviously, there may be some,
Hurdles.
disagreements here and there, but it's
Bickering.
not as bad as it gets later on. What?
Yeah.
It's
It gets
just like
bad.
bickering.
Yeah.
Like, you can start noticing the tension here, just slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Artemis, do you have anything for this episode?
This episode, it was a little irritating for me because it's all like when the whole radioactivity thing. So like these people really need to watch the HBO drama series Chernobyl. Radiation is. I know there's like that meme about bananas and stuff, and that is true, but radiation is not fun, and it shouldn't be just like, hey, let's just go out there in our tank tops and look around.
Yeah, I
Anything
agree.
where
There
anything.
is radiation is very dangerous. Even with X-rays, X-rays they have a lot of radiation with them, and they have like signs on the door like, hey, if you don't need one of these, or if you're not a doctor, you don't need to be in here.
If you're confused about the whole banana meme, bananas are radioactive. That's why it's a meme.
So are we. But
not as radioactive as bananas, but
not
it
as.
takes you about. I think it's like you have to eat like 10,000 bananas for
To
a
die.
day for a week to get
Oh, I think they got one more.
radiation poisoning. So
All right, I'll get started right now. I'll see you guys later.
start making your banana smoothies. We'll go ahead and jump to episode 3. Caught on camera, a phantom appeared during our stakeout.
Wow.
Ooh,
This is a great episode.
this one was really good.
The team has a new plan. Leak the next set of coordinates in order to corner the perpetrator and trap him. They need to get the serum back no matter what. It's time for a good fashioned stakeout in order to catch this phantom and retrieve what's theirs. Will they succeed? And how far are they willing to push their friendship, their bond as subjects of Project 863 in order to catch him?
Dun dun dun.
So in this episode, with the help of Subject 4, us, they realized that the John Doe that contacted them in the previous episode was a fake email address. So they devise that they're going to basically set this fake John Doe fake coordinates, and they're going to stake them out, and they're going to place a tracker on the Phantom's car. Which they do. They are able to bury something that kind of looks like what they found at the previous location. And the Phantom shows up. While he's shoveling, Matt goes out and he plants the tracker. But then Matt has kind of a fight or flight moment. He decides that just planting the tracker on the Phantom isn't good enough, that he was actually going to confront him. He chases down the Phantom, loses the Phantom, and all this takes precedent, and Sam and Woods are still under the impression that they're tracking down the Phantom because Matt failed to put the tracker on his vehicle, when that's not the case. The frustrations kind of come up to a head at the end of this episode. So that's where we're at. What do you guys have to say?
I think this episode, it was really fun to watch because, everybody was kind of, they're hiding in the bushes, they were finding all these, secret hiding locations, and they were hiding all these things. Right. But this is that episode where those tensions start, right? This is the episode where
everything goes wrong.
The team starts to slowly divide, and we'll see that more in the future episodes. But
it's honestly fun to see them like this, simply because it's actually I don't know if it makes sense in real life for them to be but I don't know, it's interesting to see them actually do have tensions every now and then, because it's not happy-go-lucky teamwork.
It wouldn't be natural otherwise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It makes
sense.
me feel tense though.
Yeah,
We were. I was so
no,
upset
don't do
at Matt
that.
after that episode.
Oh
How
my!
dare you
863 Matt.
Literally, I get so angry at him.
Yeah, same.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one that understands it. It's he had one of his teammates got injured by this guy. This guy is now in front of him. His basically
I get the car chase. But I don't get not telling this stuff.
Well, it's because again, this is all going through his head. He's still not processing everything. He probably planted the tracker and then just got so tunnel visioned. This guy hurt one of my kids and he's standing in front of me.
This is why we call him Dad.
Good Dad.
This is why we call him Dad, because it's he's in front of me. Why do I need a tracker right now? I don't need to track him. He's right there. And I can see that, and I can see where he just went tunnel vision, and there is that kind of weird thing, he didn't tell them after they lost him, and they're all mad at him for it. I've been, your first thing is to say, dude, it's okay, I did plant the tracker, but I don't know. I mean, I understand Dad in this moment, because he's being a dad.
I understand both, because oh no, we lost them again, Woods says, and then Matt didn't really warn them oh, we tracked them or anything. They didn't really
I know.
Yeah.
They had an entire car ride back to the office.
It's oh, you'll thank me later. I'll explain it later.
I'll say later.
He always does this, where he's just no, I'm just not going to tell people what's going on.
Yeah. My plan is
even after he said that he planted it, I was kind of upset at him. Then why didn't you say right when we're on back home? I don't
understandable though. It's understandable why people would be upset. Why didn't you say it? Why didn't you just say it out loud? Why did you make
4 words. I planted the tracker.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to count those? You're over there. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna laugh. I was gonna laugh if it was 5 words, but she said 4.
I know. I counted it beforehand just to make sure, because I'm I'm not good at counting.
Yep.
Well, I mean, again, I kind of understand that situation, and I can understand okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate because it's my favorite position to play.
Yeah.
Maybe he did not tell them in the car ride until they got to the office, until he was on camera. But then again, they had an entire argument and then he didn't say it until the end. That's a little bit suspicious. So that throws my argument up the window. But I have no justifications for that. But other than him just being dramatic. But yeah, it was a fun episode. Oh, and the snacks!
It was really good. And the
snacks! They forgot the snacks! You know how many times they have left the studio and not gotten snacks this season? Almost every single time that they've left the studio, there's no snacks in hand.
I mean, if you're going to
I think something else that I was going to mention with talking, somebody had mentioned that they were also kind of like in a way stressed after the episode or aggravated after the episode. The thing about that, so something with film, something that, you know, in any film, when there's tension, the music is always going. You know, it's always high, it's always loud. You know, so that if there were no music there, I think that effect would be lower. You know, you probably wouldn't be as stressed or angry at the end of that episode.
Yeah.
But
the custom music for this series is like really like it makes the series better in my opinion.
Oh, it's so awesome! I love it. But you know, what I'm saying is it makes everything just better. You know, it adds more tension. It adds, you know, suspense.
Ambience,
it's really awesome, and I think Michael Badal has been doing a really amazing job doing this music. You know, I couldn't say that enough.
Yes,
he did such a great job, and I can't wait to download this season's OST.
And in the next coming up episodes, Mike Badal has my favorite line.
Oh my god!
Which we'll get to when we get to it, but he does say my favorite line, though.
Yeah,
I think he probably has like the equivalent to like 10 lines this entire season, and he says my favorite one. So
yeah, that'll be upcoming, right? Is that the next episode or upcoming?
No, it's upcoming.
No, yeah, that's
upcoming. I know.
Do you want me to do the next episode, or do you?
I can, unless Emiko or Zoe or Inknight wants to do it.
I could do it.
Or Squatter. You want to do it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, cool. We're on. We discovered our stalker's identity.
Well, spoiler, he was supposed to read that off. I'm kidding.
Just letting it know where I left off.
We discovered our stalker's identity, guys. So I'm just gonna read the description. I'm not good at explaining stuff. After keeping an eye on the tracker for a few days, the team decides that it's time to take action. Should they travel out and see exactly where this phantom hides out? Once they make their decision, they stake out near the location, hoping they'll get a chance to sneak in and retrieve some of the serum he's stolen from them. But the clock is ticking until he returns again, and unfortunately, none of them really seem to fully be on the same page anymore. This is a great episode, in my opinion.
This is probably my favorite throughout season 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Just gotta say, Matthias's drip is amazing. He has such a great jacket and a freaking overkill style like fedora, and I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, it fits him so well. But
yeah. So in this episode, I'll go into explaining a little bit more. They prepare to go out and follow where the tracker was, right? So this is kind of picks up right after that argument where Matt explains that he planted the tracker. So once they find where the car had gone, the Phantom had gone, they waited for a little while and it hadn't moved. So they decided to go find I guess what they wanted to be the Phantom's hideout base. So they get there and they turn on their drone and they're flying around and they see that car that they had seen that obviously Matt had planted the tracker on outside a barn. and so that they go in and then they, they what's the word? They explore. I don't know how I lost that word. They explore the area, not finding anything in the warehouse itself until they go outside the warehouse towards the back and they find an RV. But I think, like I said, this is probably my favorite episode of season 2 so far.
Exactly. Like,
It's such a good episode, especially when they had that quick little bit of time from when the Phantom left till he came back to quickly, as fast as they could, look through that that camper for everything. And this is also the episode where they found more where they found more evidence that the Phantom may or may not be Wes, because his name is on some rental documents. The notes from Deb seem to be addressed to Wes, as well as his name on some other documents. So
yeah. Although it's not confirmed yet, like it's
No, it's
basically hinting to it.
further
right?
allude to, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. This episode also has it's basic. The other half of this episode is basically a Breaking Bad reference, and I love it. I
It
never
is.
watched Breaking Bad, but I don't know why.
Yeah,
Just love it.
I'm in the same boat. Never watched it, but I understood the reference.
Yeah, them just like finding stuff in the RV. It makes it's an eerie like episode if you think about it.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, and
I think
it's
the
also
RV belongs. Oh, sorry, Emiko.
no, go on.
You sure? I think the RV belongs to somebody on Deb's side.
Really?
Because
that-
later on, she said that the antidote was labeled as the counteragent to stop it being stolen.
Okay,
So
that's
surely she's thinking it hasn't been stolen yet.
That's an interesting theory. Like he had found he had found it, you're saying? Like he had found it owned by somebody else and then took it over?
Well, like, she might be in charge. If we're thinking that, like, Cyphus is in charge of the Phantoms, what's to say that she isn't in charge of more people?
Mm-hmm.
And they could be posing as Phantoms
Oh,
Yeah.
for their
Guys,
own safety.
by the way, there is a straw poll in the podcast chat channel. It is a poll to see if you guys think the Phantom is Wes or otherwise. So that link is pinned. It's in pins as well as one of Artemis's messages in the recent. So go and vote there. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the majority decides.
Dun-dun-dun.
maybe
Sorry, Derek.
Phantom is Wes.
But
Sorry.
you guys can go back to talking. I just wanted to let people know.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
As for YouTube and Twitch, I'm pretty. It'll probably be on there.
Yeah,
It's
the
already
link's
up.
already on the chat.
Awesome, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys can vote there too.
I love that they also like talk about their trust as well. That do they even trust each other at this point? Like, what is happening anymore? They question like, oh, who's right anymore? Like, I don't know. They also question Matt in this one. I don't like
Yeah.
how Matt answered this one, but I mean maybe that's just me. And I'm sure Artemis is gonna be a devil's advocate at that. But
Matt did everything right.
yeah,
I
No,
think this
no,
is
he doesn't do everything right. Like in
Yeah,
the
he's
in the
bad.
latest episode, I had some beef with him, but
Ooh.
Oh,
no, I was kind of I'm kind of on Sam's side. Like, you take as much evidence as you can, throw it in the Tesla, and get the heck out of there.
no.
Like, there was
Yeah,
no
don't
reason.
agree.
I do understand that he wanted to know if there was like some kind of clues as to in the paperwork that would help him look for stuff in the RV. I can understand that point of thought, but you could always come back. Or you could always like go off, regroup, read through it, off location, and then come back if the Phantom hasn't returned. But And then who does that? Who leaves paperwork that says, "Oh, I put all the evidence in the safe underneath my bed"? Nobody writes that down. You just know that. So what is he looking for in that kind of evidence? Like I can see where he kind of that thought process is a bit of annoying, but I was on the Sam train on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if
And
you
did
weren't sure
everyone
what
on
was
the-
in the papers, they should have had just picked them up and rushed out of there, even if they weren't sure what they were.
Yeah,
hated
you
that
take
Matt
as much as you can and then get out.
Yeah, I hated that Matt just. Oh my god, let's read this first.
Yeah, story time.
Yeah, story time, guys.
Yeah, that took up a lot because he was reading through those notes.
And
I mean, I can understand you could have one person read through them while the other two look. There was no reason that Woods and Sam couldn't be looking.
Listen.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So yes,
massive
interesting.
thanks to Sam though, because Sam basically like saved them by like making a noise. I don't know how she made a noise.
She might not have meant to.
Maybe, but what made that noise like to make the Phantom like actually just like?
I don't know if we heard it.
Wait, did we?
I don't think we heard it.
No,
No, it was probably just a door or something.
Maybe it's like a sound effect or something. But hey,
Well, there was a door off to the side right there, like the door that she went through. But oh, she said so. She said in a We Are 863 that she just banged on the opposite wall of the shed.
Yeah,
she just
so
said she ran,
got his attention, so
and then she just ran back to them.
Mm-hmm. Ran through that door back to
it. Made it sound like someone was inside the warehouse at the RV. Not that to make it seem like that nobody was next to the inside the RV, but they were inside the warehouse. So she made noises in the warehouse and then ran back to the RV to get them out.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Well, I'm going to change the subject, so you go ahead and finish your thought on that.
Yeah, this is also like the most clear we ever see the Phantom is. Like she's basically on the sunlight at this point. We can see how he looks like, and one of the like pipes in his mask are like hanging out. Maybe it's like getting old and something like that. Maybe he like replaces like cartridges there, like changing the vibe, the pipes, the.
Well, I know when we first saw him in season 1, if you look closely at the lights, the light that's out in this episode was kind of dimmer than the other one. So it kind of seems like it is degrading, and now it's like really degraded, more degraded than it was in season 1. Yeah. So
I'm guessing so.
So I'm going ahead, speaking of the Phantom, I'm going to go ahead and read the results of our straw poll. 41 people took place in it. 65% of the viewers right now believe that the Phantom is Wes. 34% believe that it is not Wes.
What
is everyone's thoughts? And what was that, Nick?
How many believe that it is? You're fine.
Like
65%.
1/3 believes it's not.
65%.
65% believe that the Phantom is Wes.
Okay, so 65% are wrong.
It's just wrong. They just have wrong opinions. Wow.
What is your reasoning? What's your reasoning, Squatter?
Wes is dead.
Okay, all right. Why is Wes dead?
He was shot in the Mountaineer.
Well,
Well, that's an.
If it confirmed that it's Wes, no, come on.
It is a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, we still don't know what the serum does.
Maybe the Phantom is the guy who shot Wes.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate with you, Squatter.
Okay.
What if? Okay, so this was a theory that I came up with in the previous episode. I'm so sorry we're jumping episodes here, but kind of have to in this sense of whether or not we believe the Wes is the Phantom. So we do know that something happened to Wes in the letters and stuff. We do know that. But the most traumatic stuff, the like heart-wrenching letters, are from Redacted. I do understand that, but Occam's razor would say it's Wes. Occam's razor would also say that Wes is the Phantom because he has this paperwork with him, and he rented a car. Like, you can't just rent a car under I'm Mr. Phantom. Like, you have a name and a driver's license to rent a car. So Occam's razor again would say that the Phantom is Wes. But to play more devil's advocate into it, the theory that I came up with last week was that it was probably Wes who did get shot in the Mountaineer. I can see that Cyphus shooting Wes because Wes is now standing up for what Deb believes in. And so Nelson shoots Wes, but in order to save Wes, Deb, finds him out in the Mountaineer, hears the gunshot, runs out of the office, finds Wes bleeding and dying from a gunshot wound. So Deb does the only thing that she can think of and is giving the serum to Wes to save his life. Because we're not sure what the serum does. You don't just make a serum to cripple people. Like, there has to be a reasoning to it. Like, our theories in season... You're evil. But our theories in season 1 were that it's almost a super soldier serum, that Project Pegasus was to build super soldiers. Because the Phantom couldn't run and stuff like that. So maybe this has kind of a healing property, and that's why Deb gave it to us to save his life.
I could get on that train.
Yeah, I could get on that.
It's just a devil's advocate theory, okay? It's not something I believe in.
Okay. Breaking the spell for a moment. I mean, we know Matt is a huge... Oh. No, we know that Matt is a huge Star Wars fan, right?
We do.
Yes.
I mean, Darth Vader is,
Dun, dun, dun,
Anakin is no longer, but, he is because he's Darth, Get it?
Sorry, I've never seen it. So.
I do like that theory. That's actually a
I think I got it without ever seeing.
Matt just rips off Star Wars.
Well, no, it would be different. It would be different.
But that idea of that old, quote unquote, old person, going away is actually a very interesting theory.
Yoda
as well. Yoda.
Yes, Yoda. Exactly.
Which is actually Matt's father all this time.
The guy that was on the Hawaii trip with them a few years ago.
He was Phantom all this time. Overall, I like this episode.
Yeah, it was a really good episode. I very much enjoyed it. It had a lot of mystery.
Before we jump episodes, not everyone on the stage here has said whether they believe Ink Knight, Wes or no.
I voted on the poll. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Emiko, yes or no?
I don't know. Yes, something like that.
Yes. Squatter, yes or no?
Did I vote that it is or not?
Yes.
No, definitely. I said it's not.
Okay, Zoe, yes or no?
No, you can steal
Squatter's
someone's
gonna
identity. You could have a fake driving license that says Wesley Nathaniel on and rent a car. It's no big thing.
Nugs, yes or no?
See, I'm more of like 75-25 here, because 75% I think it's Wes, but then I have that large percentage where I'm like, I don't think so. I'm very unsure, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm essentially open to anything. In the poll, I voted it was Wes.
Okay.
Same. But we know that the team is constantly updating the story, right? According to the audience's reaction. So if unless they manage to convince everyone and make everyone even more confused. Because like we did a sample poll. Most of the people think Phantom is Wes.
Right.
So the plot twist would be to make Phantom not Wes, unless now we think like you see it gets complicated.
It does, but you can't. There's one. You can't always assume that if we think something, then the opposite's going to happen.
It's
You know,
like a
it's
psych moment.
yeah. You
Like-
can't. That's like if you always think like that, then you'll get thinking to the point you'll always say the opposite because you think that the other side is going to happen, right? You know, if I believe that Wes was the Phantom and I wanted him to be the Phantom and I said I don't think he's the Phantom and everybody did that, you know, you can't always think that way. You gotta you know.
It's
Okay, I got a
it's
You need to be
question.
a little more logical about it. Yeah.
Squatter?
It's a
I
bridge.
got a question.
Yeah, go on.
So, like, let's say the Phantom is Wes, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Because on the documents it has Wes's name
Yeah.
on the rental car and whatever. How do you think that went down when the Phantom showed up to rent that car?
Sorry. With the mask and everything.
Hey,
I need to rent a
car. Sir, what
I
what do you have
know,
in your
it-
face? Don't worry about it. I need a car now.
Why does it
Wait,
sound
do
like
you guys
Batman?
not wear masks through like border control and stuff at
Oh,
the
that's
airport?
true. He could have gotten away with it in like a COVID thing.
Oh
True.
my god.
But then who
wow.
wears
Mate,
that
that's
around?
a
Like that'll
bit of
still
an
get some weird
intense
looks.
Dude,
COVID.
I saw a guy at Walmart in my
He's got a
town.
phantom.
But he was wearing a plague mask.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, but
What
you're
a
in
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah, I know. I want to be his best friend, but I was a little scared of him, so I didn't go up to him. But
I want to be him. I don't want to be his friend. I want to be him.
I want to be him. Well,
Imagine the
so-
Phantom just stopping.
All right, we want to get on to the next episode.
No,
I
wanna
have
talk
it
about
up,
the
so
thing.
I'll go ahead and read this one if you want to jump to the next one, Nugs.
Alrighty, we'll do that.
All right,
Ooh,
the
I got
next
a good one.
episode.
I'll take the one
Yeah.
after that.
Okay. The next episode is experimenting with a radioactive toxic serum. Dangerous. After barely making out without getting caught, the team gets an up close and personal listen of the Phantom, courtesy of the listening device they planted in a panic. After returning to the office, they go over all the evidence they stole from the RV, as well as move to enter in the serum. Wait, hold on. As well as move to enter in the serum they got in the to enter the serum in the RSD. But while they make a shocking discovery of something else unintentionally they picked up along the way. And that is the blue serum. And then that sparks our team to divide. So
no.
oh no, they're divided.
No.
They broke up.
I
They
know.
broke up. This episode,
Yeah.
I literally screamed at my computer. My sister did the same thing. Not scream, but I yelled.
Me too.
This is where that tension it broke, but it broke in a good way. You know, it got so high that they just decided, you know what, we're done. Go on your own. And then
It's basically a lesson in
And that
grace.
was the worst decision of their entire life.
it was a very, very bad decision. Very
Yeah.
bad decision. But either way, I think this is a very good episode. I really like the part where they do actually experiment with the red serum, with the tote lid, seeing what it would do because they hadn't experimented with the red stuff before, right? They had only seen what the clear stuff would do. And if we remember, that one they put it on the floor and it lit on fire, right? And it was just sitting there, and then the clear stuff also melted a hole in their ceiling through Sam's office. So this is that episode where they go through what the heck this red stuff is now. And it, in a way, it has the same properties, right? It still burnt through excuse me, it still burnt through things. It was just kind of different. You know, it was kind of interesting to see how it moved around and the lid kind of melted around it, you know.
It's really cool, like in a very like breaking the spell thing. Like it's really cool how they did that. Like
They didn't
effect.
really show you. They didn't really show you in the behind the scenes, but I know how
No,
they
no,
did
no.
it.
Yeah, well, I know I
think
could
they
tell how they
melted
did it in a
plastic.
way, right?
How did they do it, Nugs?
Is it not just a blowtorch under the?
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
because
gonna say
yeah,
it looks
that's
like
why
hot.
that's why the
Yeah.
liquid moves away from the melted point of origin, because it was moving away from the heat source.
Yeah. But
So
it was really
either way,
cool.
I think that little, you know, in a way you could call it a mishap. I think it really just I think it built up on the what the heck is this red stuff and why is this guy having a mask? You know, it really built
really
up.
liked them. I would have really liked them to actually use a chemical that ate through plastic, but I can
would
guess
say
that
that
they
he was
Yeah,
working
I would
on
have
that.
I would have
I
liked
know, but it's like I could have gotten it for them.
I could have. What are you gonna go, Doc Brown stealing plutonium?
They won't give me any more of that stuff. But no, I was a STEM teacher, so I still have my teacher's license that can allow me to get certain chemicals without the federal government going, "Hey, what?" and be like, "Oh no, she's a science teacher," and be like, "Oh, okay, you cool then."
My dog just says hi to everybody.
Hi, Nugs' dog.
I
Find you
know,
some acid.
dog.
That's not what I said, Panda.
Find
That
me
is
some
not what I
acid.
said.
I mean,
Wow.
you kind of did. You kind
Well,
of
I
did.
mean, acetone eats through plastic, but it eats through plastic after a while. But
Somebody make the meme where Artemis has the in the subject
No!
thing. Put that where it's like I need acid or something like that right there. instead of you know Artemis licks the TV or something. I'm gonna get on that.
I
No.
love you.
You mean?
Love you guys. I love the
We love
subject
you
for
too, Artemis.
I know you guys. I don't feel it sometimes. No, I'm just
What do you
kidding.
mean? I work for you and I'm not even paid. Oh, I love this. Oh, triggered Nugs. Okay, I'm keeping that. Sorry, I got another Nugs emote.
Yes. Yes.
Nugget collection.
The
I am adding it.
Discord is always on the lookout for the newest nug. We need a nugget of wisdom, please.
We have the old nugget. Oh, like one on a cloud, like meditating on a cloud. Yes.
Yeah, something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Nugget of wisdom.
What do you have to say today?
We had Gandalf
So-
Nugs, but I haven't put that as an emoji yet.
Okay. We don't need to do a poll on this. It's up on my Spellbound. If I can get to it without my internet going, we give up.
I didn't know your internet could talk, Artemis. You got a weird
It-
house.
Yeah. It's just my Google Home. It's just my Google Home in the background going, no, can't take much more.
I would
my
like
God.
Hey,
Is this
it's
modern
Brandon.
Hello, Brandon.
Brandon.
Dude, is that this modern day? Oh my
It is.
God. Hello.
We're talking. You've been listening, so you know where we're at.
I would like to request an upsetty spaghetti nugget. Nugs.
I would love that. Yes.
It's
Yes,
just
that's a good
spaghetti on
idea.
top of them with nuggets.
I'm not gonna
Rubber
lie, because
ducky.
of your audio quality, I thought you were dad.
I mean,
Rubber Ducky has a
popcorn
lot in his
right
hands right now.
All right, I'm going back to the audience.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
Yeah,
you.
Have fun.
Brandon.
Thank you for going to the audience, but thank you for being here. All
Get
right,
out,
so
Mr.
I
Producer.
don't. I don't need to make a poll on this because subject 4 has already made it very clear. I put it up on plus.spellbound.com. who was in the right? Matt, Sam, Woods, and you always have to have a control. So I put Quinn. Quinn is basically the control because there's always going to be somebody who thinks differently than the three characters. So Quinn is our control. So 45% of subject 4 believes in Matthias. 15% believes in Sam. 4% believes in Woods. And 35% is on Quinn, which was neither. And I mean, this is a pretty big poll. Hold on, I have to do math really quick. It doesn't tell me how many people.
I think. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
One thing with
I said go ahead.
With this poll now, with the with the current episodes that we've had now, my opinion's more or less changed on it, right? Like before, I was like, yeah, I don't know, Quinn. I think I probably voted Quinn when you put that out there, right?
Yeah.
Or I voted Quinn on other ones.
It changed because we clearly know that Woods was wrong.
I mean,
no, I
knew
never
Woods
thought
was wrong from the start.
I never thought Woods was right, and I never thought Sam was right either. Because, like, I never.
It was 440 people took place in this poll, so it's a decent size.
Yeah. But I think now after kind of seeing what's been going on, I think Matt was in a way in the right because he said he was the keep it just in case we need it, right? So I think I'm more in line with Matt at that point.
He was right with keeping it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He was right with keeping it.
But Sam was also like right about the antidote thing.
Yeah.
Like she knew that this could actually help someone. But like I didn't agree with her slightly with like her giving let's give it to the Phantom.
Yeah, that was a little interesting because like he already had it.
So technically, like I don't know, like not all of them are completely right. That there's some like aspects that are some of them are right, some of them are wrong.
Yeah,
there's some pieces of it. I really like this episode. It's a great twist for them to just like split off. It's very interesting, and I also really like that we get to see like Deb and Wes technically kinda in the picture. It's really
because they read through the evidence from the trailer.
Yeah, it's also what I think I'll be the only one to actually talk about this, but it's also kind of funny to see them like plug like Spellbound in the middle of the story. It's like saying, like, oh my god, guys, go to Premium and Spellbound Plus. Like, it's so funny. Which we'll talk more about the sponsorships and all that later. Actually, next episode it's good. Actually, no. Oh wait, no. Next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you guys have any like opinions more about this?
Yeah, I'm just like, if nothing else, like, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say we can go ahead and jump to the next one.
Yep. Yeah. I got it up. Alrighty. So the next episode is titled 3 words, We Split Up.
That's a breakup.
Very short, but very shocking. Well, not really shocking now that we had in the last episode, but shocking title. So description goes as follows. So the trio has split up, making the first time the subjects of Project 863 are investigating separately. This time we're following Matthias to his set of coordinates, one that's nestled in a hidden location that's not totally new for him, where he finds the serum among some other clues to the investigation. However, when he returns to the studio, he realizes something terrible might have happened.
This is a kind of fun episode.
It was a fun episode because Matt was kind of reminiscing. He's like, I've been here with Team Edge a few times, and he was kind of reminiscing on how it had overgrown since the
you
last
could say that Matt was going backwards.
Oh,
going backwards. Good one.
It's like a field trip with Dad.
It is a field.
We
And
get
he's got
to-
his dad hat too, so it's kind of like.
It's also very interesting to see him like it's like finding stuff. It's like a treasure hunt basically.
Yeah.
It's them like it's also a it's a cool place for them to go. Because
Yeah,
I really like I really like the scene. It's very like somber. It's very like
Yep.
something isn't right. Like it doesn't feel right, but it's also like
Yeah, it's
it
definitely
feels
a break in tension.
yeah. It's a
From
break in tension, but also there's still like slight tension in the background. Like, oh no, what's gonna happen to Woods and Sam? Like,
right.
there's also like back, and I really like that. It's like a balance between it again, which is I really like.
Yeah.
This is where they also find that thing, the what's it called, the element table thing, which a lot of people theorize about the neck theory apparently. Which if Zoe was here, she would scream at me like immediately, saying, "No, stop the neck theory." But
What?
yeah,
The neck theory is on the periodic table of elements, all the elements that were circled spell out neck.
Oh Lord.
oh my god, I love it.
So it needs to be injected into the neck.
No, it does not mean that.
Neck equals neck.
Neck.
Neck, dude. But also, I really like that they found a VHS footage now. It's really cool. I like VHS stuff.
They did not find VHS footage in this episode.
No, they didn't.
No,
Yeah.
Matt at the very end, Matt picks up the tape that
Yeah,
Sam and
At
Woods
the
leaves
very end,
behind.
yes.
Yeah.
That's my,
But
that's
this episode was fun because it was like dad time with subject 4.
Yep.
Of course, Artemis, you
So
would- of course.
I'll put it out there. Matthias 863 is my favorite character in all this, next to the Tesla. Tesla's first though, because Tesla does all the heavy lifting here. But because I can relate to him more. The previous 4 episodes, you can see where they go from mistrusting his leadership to not trusting his leadership to I would rather do this without you, or we could do this better without you. And I can see that like the frustration just built up, and finally he just bleh. And in the next couple episodes, we see that he is the leader that they needed.
The
So-
amount of regret that's gonna
But
come.
the only thing I remember really vividly remember about this episode is him picking up underwear with his bare hands.
I even forgot.
Yeah,
That was
he did.
amazing.
He did end up doing that, which is.
He's all
pretty
like, I thought it was a mask. Still, you
You don't pick it up. You don't do that.
Okay.
I think
it's like a toddler.
Yeah.
You guys have
Yeah.
never done that?
What squatter?
You guys have never done that?
no.
I don't believe it.
I mean, I picked up garbage off the floor, but never underwear. Used,
Well,
especially.
like off the floor in your own house, yes, but you're
Yeah.
out in public.
Outside.
No,
Abandoned underwear.
I do it
and
all
not
the
with your
time.
bare hands.
No.
I thought Wait, didn't he have like gloves there?
No, he didn't have gloves. He had
He
bare-
didn't.
Nope,
Oh,
he didn't put his
yeah.
gloves on until they found the thing.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Matthew. They better in behind the scenes stuff. They better have like just like planted it there or something.
Underwear?
Or is it,
No, I
Yeah.
think that was all improv.
Ugh! Ew, that's even worse. It's even worse. No. What the? Why?
And Miko,
Like no, I thought that was like a prop thing that they just picked up. And now that I question it, it makes it more weirder. They have a prop of underwear.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we also get this giant container, and when he lifts, oh my gosh, when he lifts up that giant container, to like look at it in the sun. I was just like, I swear to God, if he drops that.
Dude, speaking of dropping,
Does he not remember what they just did with the experimenting with it? Like, and here he is all like, ooh, look at this thing. Like,
the counter agent as well.
yeah, Cat got an image of it, the thong that he picked up.
Dude, that's hot.
Go.
Oh.
I love this episode. This is a great
Yeah,
episode.
I'm with fat guy in a little coat. Let's move along.
Dude, I like this episode now.
So the ending of this episode was basically we know that we knew because we were with Matthias that location 5 was bad news, and then we learned that Sam and Woods were headed there.
3.
Sorry, location 3. Thank
I
you.
love Bailey's
So
cameo.
location 3 is bad news. We learned from Bailey at the end of the episode that that's where Sam and Woods went to.
Bailey cameo.
Mm-hmm. So, Ink Knight, do you have the description of the next video?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
Oh, I've been
episode
muted. I've been
title.
talking. Dang it! I'm sorry.
So, episode title, I really messed up, which without even looking at description says a lot. And now we're back to Sam and Woods as they take their set of coordinates and set off to find the serum on their own. Once arriving at the location, even though the two are wary of each other at first, they both fall back into place easily as they investigate the location and pick up whatever clues they can find, hopefully including some serums into the mix. But the very last clue they come across may change everything, including where they headed off next.
Wow. I love this episode.
It was a
This
good episode as
was
well.
the ride.
Dude, the start of this episode is the best part. Dude, they have a sponsor.
Dude, they have a sponsor.
I love that this episode is basically like about Matt. Like, oh no, they went because in story wise, like this is supposed to be Matt like while before he even found them. So I mean, I think so. Like he just gets sponsored. Oh, first guys, before we save Brad and Woods, let's go get sponsored real quick. But yeah, speaking of this
No, like
episode,
this is even before that. Like before I even see whatever footage that you recorded while they were looking for the serum, let's do a sponsorship. They're probably fine.
oh my god, I love it. He even tests out like stupid like glasses as well. I love it.
Yeah, this was the video thumbnail that you also took Matt out, and it was just the couch. That was pretty.
Yeah, I forgot. I
You
remember
post that
that.
in the podcast chat,
It's
people to
so
see.
far now.
It's-
I can't even find it at this point.
Oh, gotcha. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll try and find it, but this episode is really good, especially at the end because I love that they found a VHS footage. It makes things more cool, makes things more eerie.
Right,
The
right.
VHS footage that they found is really cool, but also we also find a name called Kendall, I think, on a
Yeah.
camera.
Yep, Kendall.
And yeah, it's really cool. Like there's like new characters that are being introduced as well.
Mhm. Yeah,
What do you guys,
the
what do you guys think Kendall would be like?
I think she was found to be an employee or something like that.
Yeah, it's just an employee. She's just like, I don't know. It's very interesting. I really like that. There's more like background like stories in it. Like
Well,
there's,
with Kendall, we find Kendall with 2 L's and then one with 1.
Oh, do
And-
we? In
in the next
So
episode.
in this one we find the camera which has 2 L's.
Mhm.
Oh, and the
And
other.
There's also
So-
the misspellings everywhere.
Yes.
I don't know if
yes.
you mean it. The
Syntech.
misspelling.
It seems like Syntech was not run by the brightest. Sorry. But my theory on the Kendall with 2 L's is that if you've ever used that label maker, it doesn't have a backspace. So you
No, but
basically
scissors exist.
Couldn't
Yeah, I was
they have
gonna
cut
say.
it off?
They do, but if your employees can barely spell biotechnician, do you trust them with scissors?
Valid.
They got the safety
No,
scissors.
but I trust them with the serum.
How would you even do that? You know?
I don't know. But yeah, this. Can we talk about the location? Like,
It was weird. It was such a weird. Like they had gone to it. I think it was they had seen it in the last episode. You know, where they had right at the end they had kind of looked at it from afar. It was just a weird like. It was just a garage in like a back alley, kind of very open location in the middle of what looked like to be a suburb neighborhood. It was very interesting.
it was. Well, I mean, Apple was started in a garage. Maybe this is where
Right.
Syntech
Well,
was started.
Disney did too, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like a lot of great things start in garages. Not saying that Syntech is a great thing, but
The best thing.
Right. It was very interesting. It looked like just where somebody was just putting some, it looked like extra storage, where you just put like, you
It
put your
didn't really
boat.
look like a lab.
No, it looked like a storage place where you put like your boat, and your camping gear to use in the summer, and then when you're not using it, it's just in there.
Yeah.
Survey says creepy.
It's creepy.
A fat guy in a little coat. That was amazing.
Yeah. But this is also the episode. It was one of my favorites, the VHS tape. I loved it so much, and everybody hated it so much, and then I created an even worse version of it.
Oh yeah.
which is now in the podcast chat for you guys to see. But
it's amazing.
It was creepy just going through it and watching it while I was editing, because I made it even more creepy, adding glitches and just coloring it. I think there's a slight part of it where his eyes are green. So it's
Sorry,
fun.
Ink
It was
Knight.
fun to do that. It was pretty fun to edit that, but it was so creepy.
Yeah.
Emiko, that's not for the episode. Oh, you found it. Okay. Yeah, you found the so this is the episode or this is the thumbnail Emiko edited. It took Matt out of that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Not talking about the thumbnail, but the location is really like eerie as well, but it's not as like I don't know. It felt like a random storage place, but hey, it's really,
it did feel random storage to me as well.
yeah. It's also pretty like I don't know. It's pretty interesting to see them just go ahead in the Syntech location place. It's like okay, let's just move on. Why didn't he just wait for Matt? Like I don't know. I kind of wish they did, but like if they did, but we wouldn't have one of the greatest episodes of all time. So yeah. Oh wait, next. Okay. Do you guys have anything else to say? Because I don't really have anything else.
It was a pretty
It's a pretty interesting episode. Not my favorite, but still pretty interesting.
yeah, it was a lot of mystery. It was a lot of kind of finding out some of the possible employees, the past Syntech. They're trying to figure out what was going on, why they were using that.
Yeah. Do you think the VHS stuff is probably the best part about it?
Oh yeah, that was by far. But there's also like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
The guy in this who is he? Because you see him in this other tape too, in the feature episode, you see him too. But it's like, who is he? Is he Nelson? Is he Wes? Is he another employee? Who is this guy? And what is? Because like at first I was like, oh no, he's just an actor, But then when I saw the other thing in the other episode, I'm thinking, why would they pay an actor, just a plain old actor, to do that, knowing that you could tell it wasn't necessarily a lighthearted video for your employees. It was specifically, yeah, you're trapped in here now.
Just me, or does that guy have like a punchable face?
Oh, he does.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
He can do nothing.
He looks like a
could be
robot.
he could
He
just
looks
be
like a
standing
robot.
there breathing, and I just want to punch him in the face. Sorry,
He looks like a robot.
That's my 8 talking, I think.
You're an
Okay,
evil
for
person.
enneagrams. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one.
Okay, yeah.
I've got it up right here.
you can do it.
do the next one for me. It's
Alrighty.
asking my Discord to help me find my missing friends. Once again, if you go to plus.spellbound.com and you pay for the premium feature, you can get onto Matthias's Discord and partake in SOS chats. And this is the first SOS chat that he makes to subject 4. So this episode, we basically have subject 1 talking directly to subject 4. So with the knowledge that both Samantha and Woods are on their way to Syntech location number 3 and a potential trap, the clock starts ticking. It leaves Matthias with very little options, and the wave of helplessness is clear. There's not much that can be done and so little time to play with. However, there is one group that can possibly help, and it's the only light in this darkness that he can rely on. Subject 4. Will they be successful, and how far does he have to go to get the results he needs to save his friends? So once again, SOS chat, he reached out to subject 4 through the Discord that they have on their premium. This one is my favorite line. This is when they're going through and they're looking for a VHS player. They go to Red Base, and Matt asks Mike Badal if he has seen a VCR, and they start looking, and he says my favorite line, what about subject 4? Favorite line in the world, because it's like basically advertising the podcast. Like, what about subject 4?
Subject 4. But
Podcast.
I feel like it feels like such a Dora moment. Like it feels like, oh my god.
Yeah,
that's what
seriously,
about
I agree.
4. Like it's such a cheesy way to do it as well.
Mhm.
Like they couldn't have just like, oh no, what I just created a Discord server. What if we can just ask them? It's like we have to say, oh no, what about subject 4? Oh my god, guys. It's amazing, it's phenomenal. Such a great line. Dude.
Yep.
Michael Badal killed it in this episode. I feel like he's the best part of this episode.
Best actor.
Best actor. Yeah, okay. Speaking of, I thought this episode was going to be boring. No offense, like I don't know. I thought this was going to be a pretty boring episode. I'm not gonna like this episode that much because it's gonna focus on the Discord stuff. Which
Yeah, Matt. Emiko hated your. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, sorry. You can continue.
Yeah, go on. You think?
I was just gonna say this is my second favorite episode. Why? Because I'm in it. Woo! But
wow, no. That's a myth.
And was everyone on the stage right now? Were you all? Did you all take place in the SOS chat?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Inknet was in there. Yeah, I think we were all in there.
Okay, so one of the things about being part of the SOS chat was we were a little confused as to what's going on. Like he was relaying the messages to us, and we're all like, wait, why is she doing that? Wait, what? And we're like, Deb is corrupted. That's why there was so many, like, if you look through the chats and the video, why we didn't want to trust Deb. And it's because we weren't hearing how she was talking. We didn't understand it was D3B. It wasn't Deb. It was D3B talking. It was clearly a computer talking. So we were a little confused, and we had to play catch up. And that's why it's like, I remember when we were doing the SOS chat, everyone was spamming, check the tapes. They were probably talking about it. Check your, this is why you have cameras, like you and your cameras have audio clearly, because we could hear the alert from the RSD in an episode. So check with that, or check the Phantom's tracker. Can't remember what the other ones were. It was just, we were trying to figure out how to solve this without using Deb, because we didn't know she was talking D3B. We thought she was corrupt. So it was a little confusing being in the SOS chat, but I think it turned out well. I mean,
it was so
Dad
fun.
Dad yelled at me. He got mad at me. Episode. That's why, Artemis. It is officially my ringtone. So
wait, can you play it? Can you play it over the mic?
I can't, because I'm using my Wi-Fi on my phone, and I'm afraid if I touch my phone, my Wi-Fi will glitch. So, but I will put the
signal. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put the MP3 in the up in the Discord somewhere, and you guys can take it, download it, and have fun with it if you want to too.
Awesome.
So yes, I need the Martemis occult wants the. That's why Artemis.
That's why Artemis.
He's all like, he even shook his mouse in front of my face, like wagging his finger in front of my face. Like, that's a bit aggressive. But we'll go by that.
Okay, calm down there. We got this. Now calm down.
Calm down. Kids Bop Karen right there. Calm down. Just calm down. Yeah, it was definitely that experience right there, being able to influence directly into the episode, was definitely worth $5 a month.
Awesome. That was so awesome, being able to be part of it.
Being yelled at by Matt is worth it.
Yes,
and then after that episode, so he gets to he finally gets the location from Deb after a lot of kind of random questions that she had asked, but when he had mentioned
the answering machine was done doing its job.
Yeah, when he had mentioned, I think it was mentioning location 3, kind of, set something off, and then Deb came and she's like, "Okay, I'm here now. What do you want? My answering machine couldn't help." But yeah, this is a really awesome episode, because there wasn't a lot of, like, when they were just doing Reddit stuff, there wasn't as much kind of interaction during the videos as far as what should happen, as it's happening, right? It was just reactions to videos. So I think this was that turning point where they're like, okay, so we're actually gonna, in real time, react with our audience, see what's gonna happen, how much they can help us. And so yeah.
I mean, there was a little bit of fear when Matthias relayed to us that he got the address and that he was taking off. And I remember the SOS chat just being like, "Good luck," and we're like, I don't know how you guys felt after the SOS chat, but it was all like, "But I want to go with you. Like, take us with you. I want to see what happens." Like, it was all like, "Are you going to be safe?" And then the fact, then we see this episode and we can see him like on the verge of tears when we were pushing him to tell Deb the entire story, that he needs he read one of my comments that was basically like, set your pride aside, let her know that you messed up, and that, but subject 4 is still with you.
Because
So-
he's like,
Yeah,
I
that set
can't
me
tell.
for that
He's
one,
like,
too.
I can't tell her that would mess something up. And we're like, yeah, well, you guys.
Well,
tell her she deserves to know.
it's a humbling experience to go to basically somebody that you look up to, or that you're doing something for, and they entrusted you with this team and this task, and to say, and even if it wasn't his fault, because it was like subjects 2 and 3 lost faith in him, and over something stupid, over because he didn't tell them right away that he placed the tracker. That was just, or it could have even stemmed for when he told Woods to go upstairs. He gave Woods an order to go upstairs and Woods got hurt.
Yeah.
And so they started losing faith in him. And so he just got frustrated and just, fine, let's see if you can do it, if you can do a better job without me. And that, he's the leader. And because they were broken up, it is his responsibility and it is his fault. And it takes a humbling experience to basically tell Deb, I'm sorry, I did this. I need to rectify it. So,
yeah.
But that's basically this episode.
Yeah. And then we get to
my favorite
good episode. Yeah. So the next episode, segue here. Next episode is titled "My Friends Were Trapped in an Abandoned Lab." And before I get into the description of this video, what a video! Like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
Exactly.
It was so awesome, and
phenomenal.
it was very, very well done, and the location that they had gone to, breaking the spell, the location that they had found was perfect. I loved it. Right.
Yes.
But
exactly.
Getting into the description, Samantha and Woods have arrived at Syntech Location 3, a potential trap, and the clock starts ticking. Will Matthias make it to his friends in time to prevent the unknown? There's not much that can be done, and so little time to play with. And how far does he have to go to save his friends? And it really does, towards the end of this episode, he has to go through probably a lot to save his friends. This is the episode where, like the description said, so Sam and Woods finally get into the location 3. They go down those steps, and then they were met with the door with the radiation signs and whatnot. They decide, okay, win. So they go around first, kind of, in a frantic look for an unlocked door, and then after kind of realizing that there wasn't any unlocked doors from what they could see, they just decided, all right, let's just look around. Let's see what they could find. So they found lab coats with names on them. I think, was this the episode where, they found the name Benjamin Cobalt?
Yes.
So Cobalt, bit of off topic here, but Cobalt on the periodic table, the atomic number is what was it, B27 or something like that?
Ooh.
So Cobalt, I think it's B27, right? That's the chat name, correct? I'm not going crazy.
You're not going crazy.
Okay.
I've never heard that theory.
Yeah, so 27, the atomic number for Cobalt on the the periodic table is 27. And the B, and his first name is Benjamin. So Benjamin Cobalt, I'm pretty sure, is B27. Because I had seen that and I'm like, okay, Benjamin Cobalt. Okay, Cobalt's an element. What number is it? What's the atomic number? And it happened to be 27. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure this, I'm going to put these two together.
So now we know we can put was there a face with it?
No, I thought it was I think it was on a name tag in one of the.
Yeah, and Woods didn't hold it up to the camera.
I think he might have, but let me look at the lab coats. Let me scroll way back. Yeah, you guys can talk. I'll find it.
No, because I'm kind of reeling over this. Where did you hear this theory?
That is
I thought of it myself.
Wow.
I was the one who I just looked at the name. I was like, wait, Cobalt. That's I didn't see it on. I think I posted it on Spellbound. If I didn't, I'm going to. But that's my theory on who B27 is. Oh, here it is.
Airport says the image isn't in a video yet.
Then I'm confused.
No, I think it's one of those that the name.
Yeah, I heard Benjamin Cobalt in one of these episodes. Where did I see it? I'm so confused.
Oh, you heard it in an SOS chat that hasn't been produced yet.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
Wait,
I'm
what's
so
that?
confused. I don't remember seeing it in SOS chat.
What's the werewolf? What's the Team Edge prop that you're saying that is in there?
What? No, because I didn't look through this SOS chat, the recent one. Okay,
The whole entire wall is a.
Oh, it's just covered. Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I guess maybe I don't know. I'm if I leaked information on accident, I'm sorry. I probably should have thought about that, but I didn't know if Yeah, I apologize if I did that by accident.
Yeah, it's alright.
I don't remember.
It happens.
Because I didn't look at that
Let's
SOS
just
chat. Yeah.
let's just
Okay.
move on.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm
You're
gonna
cool.
get fired from this because I've done this
Dude,
twice.
Jordan can doll.
Yeah. He
Gary
shows.
Ray.
So he shows.
Yeah,
Oh, it
go
was
on,
that's the other name. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know where I'm getting this.
Okay,
Oh.
there was another name that was mentioned that Nugs is trying to remember. What is so Jordan Kendall? What was the other name?
It was Gary Reynolds. I thought that was the other one. but
Gary Reynolds.
Yeah. Was that one on a? Was it on a? It might have been on one of the patient lists. Then that's what I'm thinking. Because I didn't look through the the most recent SOS chat at all. Let me find it. And I'm using the official evidence list on the 863 plus, so $5 plus.spellbound.com. You know it all, We've said it a few times.
While you're looking for that, what did everyone think about the room, the vault room?
Oh my
it's
gosh.
a great room.
It's so great.
That room is.
I
amazing.
wasn't a huge fan.
What?
You heard
It's
me.
great.
What did you
It's
say?
great. I didn't like it.
Why? How dare you? I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a great room. I really like this episode because I don't know. It's a mishmash of everything, tension, sometimes comedic here and there, Matt's comedic stuff. Um, it's kind of funny to see him what's it called I don't know what to say advertise oh yeah, share your theories in the comments below, okay guys, it's kind of funny, but yeah, this episode is just great all around. Sam and Woods just exploring this very unknown place is a really interesting thing to see. It's oh, they're exploring this very 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 empty abandoned place, and I really really like that. And this is one of my favorite locations that I've seen throughout the entire season, I guess you could say. It's a very yeah, abandoned, yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, but the vault room is literally, I don't know, it's a perfect trap room. I don't know why, it's a very Saw-esque thing, which is I never watched Saw, but I don't know, it's kind of interesting, kind of really cool. The random pictures there is really cool. What do you guys think of it? Do you think everything in that vault room is basically a trap, and it's not really meant to be like anything else but a trap. It's like everything there is like fake to meant to be like a room, but it's not really.
Yes.
It's a lot more.
I
Yeah,
think
I agree.
in Dev's old office.
Yeah.
See, here's like I thought that it looked amazing. Like I loved the detail in it, but the reason I hate it at the same time is because everything in it is a red herring.
Like the map.
The map. Okay.
The science babes we're looking at and detailing, and it just turns out to be from
game.
Fallout. I think it's Fallout, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was Fallout. Yeah.
Fallout,
So
yeah, let me search it up real quick. I think I can find it.
yeah, that's when
makes sense.
Shades came in on the podcast and was all like, I wonder where I found this map from. It's more detailed. And they're like, oh, how did you find that? How did you find that? And it was all like, it's a Fallout map, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, ignoring those like little details besides, and I know it's kind of annoying for people like old people who are like, oh no, just like some of this stuff doesn't really make sense. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's meant to not make sense. I feel like it. I mean, it's a trap. They don't have to like
Trap!
make it. Yeah, but yeah, the little details make it seem more real. Yeah, I do agree though. The little details does make it more real, but
Well, in
yeah, go on. Sorry.
well, I'm sorry. A bunch of people just posted the same meme.
Oh yeah,
It's a
I
trap!
didn't even notice. It's a trap.
What's this episode is definitely when you like I know some people here on the Discord chat said that they cried because when Matt gave his serum to Woods and Woods just downed it like a shot, and Quinn took his and then Sam took hers. It was like that moment that we see Matthias, A63 Matthias, stepping up into the role of leadership
again. But
the part that got me,
yeah, go on.
The part that got me was Sam and her voice, yelling at Woods, just it's not fair. That was just
really,
that got me.
How dare you drink that? It's kind of interesting. Artemis, are you gonna talk about the antidote and how they drank it? How they drank it?
What do you mean?
Didn't you talk about it? Like how it doesn't make sense? Why did they drink the antidote? Or
one of the things that was very confusing was we basically got directions from Deb about the antidote in her paperwork, the handwritten notes, and the fact that they drank it. I'm all like, oh, this isn't a serum then. Like, wait, what's going on here? But I was told that those notes pertain to those handwritten notes pertain to the counter agent and not the antidote. So I'm like, Bag's head on desk. Like, that's so stupidly simple. It even says like it's about the counter agent, not the antidote, and that the antidote is going to be administered different. It's amazing. I guess we'll go ahead and talk about the audio that was released because that tags right into this. Yeah, it continues this episode. And in the audio, I mean, it was beautifully done because the thing about only audio is that the audience has to picture what's going on in their head. And the father of horror was a guy named Alfred Hitchcock, and one of his things is that he didn't like showing the bad guy because your imagination, you know what you're terrified of. So you're going to be able to make the scariest story in your head, or paint the scariest picture. So when we only have audio, you're painting that picture for you, this picture of drama and the picture of basically being terrified, because we hear he fell, he hit his head, there's blood everywhere. We hear them struggling. We hear grab his feet, put the camera down, call 911. We hear the sirens, we hear the beeping. It's very dramatic and was very well done. And because nothing will ever top scary to you personally than your own imagination. And I applause,
really
bow, bow to the amazing editing on that. That was just chef's kiss. So
Amazing.
what did you all think about the audio?
I think the audio is really well. It's really well made, because like it makes you like think about what would have happened in, like, everyone has their own imagination, right? Like what you said, basically. Like I don't even think I can add anything to that. Like it's a really, like, I feel like there's a magic to it that it didn't get shown, because like I don't know, it makes, yeah. I don't really have anything else. It's a great audio. Yeah.
The image they had to complement the entire thing, like just the captions and this TV staticky feeling, just complements the entire picture.
Yeah, it makes it more tense. It makes me like, oh, this is a scary thing. There's something bad's happening. Matt is dying here. uh, it's amazing. It's a very well made thing that I'm glad that they actually brought up again, and they didn't ignore it, unlike the previous episode, unlike the next episode. We're gonna talk about it now. Can I? Okay. Do you guys want me to talk about it?
Talk about what?
The hospital episode.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do that description, and then Nugs will do the next one.
Okay. So this episode, I hate this episode, but yeah, I had to go to the hospital. This scared everyone. Like I feel like everyone's like, "Oh no, it's in the hospital." So yeah, in this one, after the serum dispersed into the room, as we said, they explored the thing. They escaped the vault trap, and they this episode starts off right in the hospital. There's no intro or anything. It's just starts off with Sam and Woods visiting Matt. And after the events of Syntax Location 3, the team finds themselves slowing down, being forced to in order to focus on Matthias' health. They share some laps, catch up, and have some time to just talk with each other as friends, something they haven't been able to do for a while, but of course, something always seems to drag them back in. I do not like this episode.
Neither do I.
Because it basically throws everything that the previous episode did and throws it out of the window, and didn't it feels like they didn't even mention it. Well, technically they did, but like I feel like they, I don't know, the tension of the previous episode is literally just gone. Yeah, they rushed.
They just cut ahead too much.
Yeah, I feel like there should have been like they should have like showed at least some of the like slowdown instead of just a jarring like anticlimactic thing. It's like, oh, they're in the hospital now. Okay. Like, and they're just having a laugh now after Sam literally yelled at Woods. He literally hated Woods. Matt basically is supposed to be dying, but it's not. But like, I don't know. It feels. That's why I can't blame anyone for like thinking this is a fever dream, because it really felt like it. It felt like none of this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's also because we have like the clocks that are moving incorrectly. We're coming from this like we didn't get to hear the audio of them breaking out and the dramatic like breaking out and stuff, and we just go from I never had it to now we're visiting dad in the hospital room and we're gonna cheer him up with snacks and watch a video. Like it kind of does make sense. It does make sense in the way that you don't want to put stress on the person who's in the hospital. So you kind of just want to make things lighthearted, like, hey, we brought you the snacks, and oh, by the way, here's this VHS tape.
By the way,
like
it's so jarring.
So one of the things that they talked about in We Are 863 was that some people in Subject 4 had picked up that when we were looking at Matthias's laptop, it was August 6th, 2021, and he gets handed a tape August 6th, 2003, so 863. And they said just coincidence. And I'm just like, coincidence? I think not. Like, that's just no. Yeah, no. So, but I mean, I again, yeah, I do understand why people like. Even I titled this the podcast, "Are We in Matt's Fever Dream?" Because it was weird.
Do you like this episode, Artemis?
I think I'm going to
ignore
to like it. I think it's like one of those episodes that we don't fully understand because we don't know what really happened here.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So I think it's an episode that we're gonna look back and be like, "Oh my god, that was amazing."
Yeah.
But right now, us living in it, we're like, "Oh wait, what? What's going on? Wait, what?" So, yeah.
The more episodes come after this, the more we like understand this. Maybe it's a great concept. Don't get me wrong. I really like the concept of them just like hanging out. It felt a bit nostalgic, and I really like that. But I feel like in terms of like breaking the spell or whatever, it felt like it was just cut too much, just like what Ink said. Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and jump into the next episode.
Yeah, we can.
Go ahead,
I feel
Nugs.
so bad. I'm mad right now at myself for doing that.
Nah, it's all good. It happens all the time. But hey, can we get a Spider-Man Nugs? Because Nugs feels like Tom Holland right now.
I do. I said that in DMs. I was like, yeah, I feel like Tom Holland right now.
Yeah.
So can we get a Spider Nugs?
I like that joke. That's a good joke.
Yeah. So what's the next episode for us?
All right. The next episode is titled "I Witnessed a Murder." ****, caught on camera. ****. So I wanted to do a quick thing for this particular episode. When I saw this title, and my sister as well, when she saw this title, it reminded us of those YouTube Kids videos where it'll be like, Among Us caught on camera, all those, they're stupid, videos, right? They're for kids. But it reminded me of the title. Reminded me of one of those types of video titles. I was like, it's kind of funny.
Oh my god, Among Us!
Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. But
Among Us caught on camera.
Yeah. All right. The description is as follows. After escaping the hospital, Matt, Sam, and Woods are determined to discover what's on the tape they found at Syntech Location 3. The tape is labeled, not located. The tape is labeled 8080603. What could it mean? Is this all where it started? There's only one way to find out, but in order for the team to watch it, they need to find a VHS player. The team wasn't ready for what they uncovered on the tape. A murder. What will this new startling discovery lead to? This was a very... It reminded me of like season 0 a lot.
Yes, exactly.
It
Absolutely.
was more vloggy. You know, this is the episode where another episode kind of where they were back as a team.
Yeah. I feel like
You
there was
know,
too much filler in this one. I feel like the McDonald's part should have been like cut slightly.
yeah,
Like them,
it was a lot of
yeah, filler
yeah.
of
But
them just like.
it was still good. I liked
Yeah.
it. You know, I had some laughs.
Oh yeah, I like this episode a lot.
Yeah, it was a
that-
really good episode.
yeah. The monster
I
tape
like.
scene.
I do like somebody's moral support here. He gave the best description for this episode: 2 Goodwills and a McDonald's.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. But I
And
think
apparently, subject 4, we all owe Matthias an apology.
Robot Artemis, what?
Artemis is dying? Question mark. Oh my god, caught on camera.
Am I going robot? Am I still robot?
A little
No.
bit. You're good now. You're good.
Okay. We all owe Matthias an apology. Apparently, they were pushing really hard for him to go to Goodwill before he went to the location. But I mean, I wasn't pushing that. Were you guys pushing that?
No, the comments of
No.
YouTube literally just screamed that.
Oh.
Okay. So though that subject 4 now.
Yeah. The monster tape scene is amazing in my opinion. It's such a nostalgic like scene. Like
Yeah, it really reminded me of the old days. Just
Yeah.
general vlog
innocent stuff.
type.
And I like it.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think there's a deeper meaning to the monster tapes?
I
The
don't
monster?
think
No,
so.
no.
I feel like it's just nostalgic stuff, but
Maybe.
they could put it in some background story.
Because
But,
they
like-
had mentioned it a long time ago, and everybody's like, "Bring the monster tapes. We want to see the monster tapes," or we want to see those story tapes. But
It's basically
you
like
know-
fan service.
yeah, and it was kind of going back to those kind of vloggy days.
Yeah, it's a nice nostalgic episode. I
Yeah.
like this. It was a bit too like it had some filler stuff in the middle.
It was
but
very filler. Yeah,
yeah, it's great. I still like this episode,
yeah.
but
I really
I
hope
feel
that
like
the
the
monster
trend of
tape.
like what?
Go ahead. Finish your.
No, go ahead, Ink.
I was saying that I remember someone here on the podcast Discord saying that they really hoped that the tapes were legit and not made by some kid, and not made by some kid pre-made tapes, for story reasons instead
I
of
was
that.
hoping that too.
I
it's
hope.
But, like, I would be mad if it was like
I'm guessing it isn't.
predestined stuff, because if they've been monitoring them since even before they were born, like with the SAM files.
Oh no! I feel like it is real. Like I feel like they won't play with people's emotions like that. Like I
I
feel
really
like it
hope
is
that was
real.
real. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Have you met Matthias?
No,
very
because we
first-
can't talk
the
to
very
him.
first episode was him hitting hitting one of the cast, like the favorites, upside the
Killing
head
him.
and knocking him out, and we don't know how
Fair
he
enough.
is at the end of that episode. Like, hello.
I mean, not in a literal sense. Like they wouldn't like literally like fake the monster tape. That's the sense, right?
Okay,
wouldn't-
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well,
but
one
I
of the
know that-
one
go
before
on.
we get into the VHS tape, I do want to say this. I'm gonna post it in podcast chat. It's a screenshot.
Of what?
Oh, hold on, it's taking forever.
Also, trigger warning for anyone who might need it. We're going to talk
Yes.
about
The tape.
the
Yes.
tape and its contents. Pew stuff, possibly.
Very.
Yeah, our
very
last-
YouTube
last-
stuff.
Oh, it was this one. Yes.
Do you see what he does right there?
I looked through the bases. I didn't look through the red base.
Okay, one of the symptoms is short-term memory loss.
But he
Oh,
definitely
There-
looked through red base.
It's the only base he looked at.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
the
that's
only
interesting.
base he looked at.
Oh no.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I
Like, I'm
actually-
like, what? Like, how wait, because I rewatched it and I was like, but I didn't look through red base. I'm like,
that was the
but then
one
we
you
have
looked through.
that's the only one he went through. Like,
That's
I
when
mean,
we
he
get
went up
the
to the
amazing
bowl.
quote.
Yeah, what about subject 4? Like, did you forget about that? Like, so, but yeah, one of the symptoms is the short-term memory loss, and then we do find out, like, if you go through the symptoms, I'm afraid for Matt.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm really afraid because one of the things is that he's supposedly supposed to lose his humanity to it to try to get more of it.
Oh no.
That's not the part I was giggling about. I remember the hair loss part.
Oh,
Matt
yeah.
go
Oh,
bald
yeah.
again?
Oh,
Question
yeah.
mark.
Dude, Matt
Yeah.
go bald.
Matt bald. Bit of a heads up. I'm gonna have to go here soon. So.
Okay. Well, we're almost done, so let's go ahead and talk
Yeah.
about what happened at the end of this episode, and then we're done.
Trigger warning.
Dun,
but-
dun, dun.
Trigger warning. So in the tape, I'll just go ahead and do this. In the tape, we see the old Syntec building that is actually behind in the south eastern lot of their area. It's not where the studio is. It's a different building. A person in a white lab coat exits the building and goes up to the Mountaineer, which is parked facing us, the camera, goes into the Mountaineer. And you can tell that there's the second person in the passenger seat. We don't know who that is. We did not see them enter the vehicle, but they were there when this started, which is a little sus, by the way. The white lab coat guy gets in, they have a discussion, and there is a flash and what sounds like to be a gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the video cuts. We don't get any more than that. And is it just me, or is it just really sus where we found it, that there's not more of it? And we also have a note that says, don't trust the tape.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well, I
feel
think
like
that was
the don't trust.
What do you
the
guys
thing
think?
was
I think that was
Specifically
the other
for
tape.
the. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I thought that was the other tape, like
Yeah,
the
I
first
definitely
one.
Yeah,
think it was
that's what
only
I was
referring
gonna
to the
say.
other one.
I thought that was like the location 3 to put them to the location 3 thing.
Yeah.
But it could be. It could be like. I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting thing to see. Like we can't trust
it could
anything at
be
this point.
because there, we know Matt. He definitely throws in information, right? And it
Yeah.
doesn't always have to be used once. Used up once and you can't use it again. But yeah, who knows? We'll see in the future, I'm sure. But
It's amazing.
I've looked over that a lot. The unfortunate thing is you can't really see it very well. When they're holding a camera watching it from the TV like that.
I do have
Yeah.
a question. Is it confirmed that we heard the gunshot?
Oh, yeah. I've gone back through and you can hear that. You can hear a pop.
No,
Yep,
it's a
Because
camera.
I saw a theory here on the YouTube chat a bit before we reached this episode that I really thought was interesting.
Mm.
Even Jane said that my running theory is instead of it being a gunshot in the Mountaineer, it was a chemical reaction that he left in a hurry and the coat had something on it, or there was a planted bomb or something like that. And that when he ignited the car, it did something.
That's
Artemis,
really cool.
Instead of seeing a guy get shot, we watched a guy explode.
Oh my god, that's even more gory.
I don't want the
Hey,
fact
Artemis,
that there was
find
no
a chemical that can make people explode. Go. I'm kidding.
there's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Science.
Like exploding without destroying the car.
I mean, I just hope it wasn't like spontaneous human combustion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. Yikes.
I don't want
That's
blood.
when you're going into weird science there.
Yeah.
Weird
The
science.
explosion.
Yeah, I can't wait for
Well-
Saturday either, John.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is where we're at now. We will see what happens on Saturday. And I'm a little bit nervous for our team because it's like it's gone from somebody, a stalker, breaking in and busting up an apple, busting a vehicle, then busting a computer. Now it's Woods getting hit upside the head to now a murder tape. Like
They're going
things
to
are
a
just
murder mystery.
It's crazy. It's all
things
crazy.
are escalating quickly. Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's how it
so-
goes.
Very interesting.
So
though.
honestly, I think subject 4, we need to step up with our theories, not the
Get on
neck
it, yeah.
theory. Stop the neck theory. It's not a thing. Let's actually start putting science and creative thought into our theories.
It's a
Because
camera.
it's getting serious now. So we're
Yeah.
gonna need better theories on this. So, but thank you everyone. Again, sorry this we didn't open up the stage, but we have been talking for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah. So, but I'm. Thank you for being a part of Subject 4. Thank you for being a part. I do have to say, the people that listen to the Subject 4 podcast, you guys are the ones that are creating the deepest theories. You guys are the ones that are thinking outside the box. You guys are pushing yourselves and making a better community. This community that we have here on the Subject 4 podcast, you guys are amazing. The support that you guys show each other and to everyone that's here and even outside. I see the spell buns meme going around and everyone's like, what is that? Even Woods and Sam are confused about it. Matthias knows what it is because I think he's heard me say spell buns before. But I love the memes. I love this community. I want to thank you guys so much. The podcast on Saturday might be late. Not late as in we're going to do it on a Sunday again. It might be like later in the day instead of like right after release. I'm actually traveling to New Mexico I leave tomorrow afternoon, and I don't get back until like Sunday evening. But I am taking all my gear. I'm taking my microphone, my laptop, and we're going to do the show on the road. So, but I'll see you guys on Saturday. We will be together. But that gives you guys more time to create your theories and to dive into the episodes. I mean, honestly, the podcast fans, you guys watch the episodes frame by frame, just like me. And I'm like, I thought I was the only nerdy one, but you guys are like really diving deep, and you guys are such great audience, a great community to be a part of. And thank you guys so much. But the conversation does not end here. We have General VC in the Discord here. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, please join the Discord. It's free. It's you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay $5 to get into this podcast. But let's join the VC. Let's continue to talk. I usually join a couple hours after. This podcast, though, because there are some spoilers, will be unlisted until Saturday. Saturday it will be open up to the public. But yeah, it's not your fault either.
It is. It is.
Okay, Tom Holland. But This won't be going on Apple Podcast or Spotify Podcast. This is strictly you guys, the ones that directly show supporting, and this is just us hanging out. And thank you guys so much. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close the stage. Head on over to the VC if you guys want to continue the conversation. We also have Twitch streamers. We are 863. If they're not streaming right now, they will sometime today or even tomorrow. We also have the Science Babes, Ink Night, and Airport. If you're able to post those, the links to the Science Babes or We Are 863 is just twitch.tv/We Are 863. But yeah, you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Yep. Thanks, guys, for joining. Have a good day. I won't be in the VC because I gotta go. So I'll see you guys later.
I have to go as well. Bye.
Bye.
This was fun. I own this channel now. Finally. I finally own this podcast. We own this podcast.
Yeah.
We own this
now
podcast.
we do. It's ours
Maybe
now.
we should leave. Okay.
Good to VC, everyone.
Bye.
Have
Take
fun.
care. Go. Have fun. Take care, Ink.
Caring and Miko.